Hello and welcome to another music-related episode of the Raw Impressions podcast. This is part 4 of the Bakesale series. Is it the final? It shouldn't be. People seem to like this one, Lou. Don't give up on it. Still a lot more to say, even after today. Welcome to the Raw Impressions podcast.
Bakesale part 4, honey buns.
I think we'll just do as many as needed.
Oh.
If this is done, then we're done. If not, if people demand more, then we'll do more.
Well, I was recently traveling the United States of America, and I met some people out there.
On this episode, Lou and Adelle will rate each song on the album. Sounds risky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sounds truthy.
A woman in Cleveland really likes the Bakesale series, and she told me twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
While I was traveling in the United States of America.
Uh-huh.
Commemorating the front cover LP photo. Song commencing in 3 toilet flushes.
Ew.
Listen to this one.
Did the toilet fart? What's happening? Ew.
I know. Yeah, so I'm going to play a song. Here we go.
Gross.
Gotta find a way to loosen up, 'cause I'm wound tighter than a magnet's coil. The longer I try to keep my mouth shut, the sooner little brain is gonna boil. And if you turn back just to fuck me up, I'll cut you loose and watch you fall. Feels good just to bitch about it, to scratch that itch until it bleeds. But I don't really wanna lose you, so I can play your silent game. When I talk, the silence follows. You never say what's on your mind. If you laugh to see me so defensive, I'll know I've made another enemy. Nobody wants another mirror on their fears. I guess that's all you are to me. But I don't really wanna lose this. Why does it all depend on me? It's always personal between us. We don't say what's on our minds, what's on your mind, what's on your mind. Magnets Coil, live.
Magnets Coil. That was a fun-spirited version.
Yeah, can you believe that I haven't played that song any time in the last almost 2 years that Raw Impressions has been a podcast?
That's hard to believe, actually.
Yeah, that's one of my that's my go-to song.
It's a banger.
I'll often start off solo sets with that one.
Yeah.
I think Sebadoh, we were doing that first live too, when we were an active live trio, electric trio. Jason Lowenstein, Bob D'Amico, and myself.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, remember seeing it many, many times live. It's great live. It's a really fun song live. And so I was...
You want to know what it's about?
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you?
I do. Let's
Do you?
tell
Does
me.
anybody want to know what it's about?
Okay.
Anybody?
Yes, they do. Tell everyone, is this going to be a secret revealed?
No, actually, no. I don't know. The song is about Eric Gaffney.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was kind of like what was leading into the breakup where he left the band. Because he left the band before the Bakesale album. Well, you know, he's on 4 songs on the record.
Right.
But he left the band in the summer of 1993. Mm-hmm. So.
Wow, what a great song to have written about you, even if it was,
Yeah.
It's like...
we just weren't talking. We weren't communicating. And I was a little frustrated. And so I wrote that song for him because that's what happens when you're like, I don't know. Write a song.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of relatable lyrics in it so people can attach their own meaning to it. It's not so, like, it doesn't feel like suffocating, or it doesn't feel so tight in the meaning of it. It's like it's open. It's like it's open to interpretation, and
it's not too accusatory, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's great. It's a good song.
Good song from
Bakesale.
Apparently an approved capital GOOD LP.
I like it. I was listening to it again because we promised on, I think it was Bakesale Part 3, that we were going to share our ranking, each of our rankings of the album from, and I just wanted to have this disclaimer.
Okay.
Is that I've been listening to the album again, and I actually like every song on it. I do now. I feel like it kind of, things grow on you, things grow on you, and things that maybe were my least favorite are not my I'm just saying things can shift. It's interesting.
It's shifted since the first time that.
Yeah, it actually did a little bit.
When you laid on the couch and took it in that one night.
It's true. When I really started to like think of the songs individually instead of as a collective, like the album. Yeah, I don't know. So I want to say that I love the whole album. I really do, sincerely. I find it very impressive. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. I feel choked up because I feel so proud of you. I feel so proud. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a thing you did.
Well, it was a
Good
group
job.
effort.
Right. Well, I'm
Very
saying
much so.
your effort,
was
your
very much
contribution.
a work
Good job.
as the Sebadoh collective. This was our probably most cohesive.
It's a very cohesive album.
Yeah.
It has a really great flow. Like so many people say, it's like banger after banger, hit after hit. It really is.
So you wanted to rate it was sort of your idea. You wanted us to rate the album, or like from most, my list is.
Because I'm curious to know what other people's are. Their top to bottom. And when I say bottom, I don't mean bad.
Mine is bottom to top.
Yeah, you did yours.
I started
opposite.
from the bottom. And you started from the top.
How about before we tell each other first, we'll just show the camera too, your list. Put your list up there.
Okay.
So that people can see.
Okay.
And then, so mine is favorite to not my favorite, but not my worst. I'm just saying, like.
Should we do it so you do your favorite and then I tell what my least favorite is? And
what do you think? How do you want to do it?
I don't know, it might be interesting if we start with favorite. You just do your list the way that it's written, and I'll do my list the way it's written.
Okay. Some of them I want to say were kind of like tied. It was hard for me to. They carried the same sort of weight,
Okay, let's go back and forth. You do you start with the number one. I'm pointing.
You can point at me.
God, I'm always pointing.
Okay, so you want to hear number one, my number one song?
Yeah.
Careful.
Careful? Mm-hmm. Wow. Number one song on Bakesale according to Adelle.
For me, this is just my
Adelle
opinion.
Louise. Wow, that's cool. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one has every element, to just summarize it. Like it's catchy while being emotional. The lyrics are very good. Jason's voice is very effective. It's like
his voice is
his voice is
so
captured really
good
well
on this record.
on
Oh my
Bakesale.
God.
Yes.
Why don't you just keep going? Why don't you go down like
So Careful was
Careful's number 1 for you. What's number 2?
Yeah, I couldn't move that one around. I listened to it, I rearranged
Wow.
songs, and that one ended up still at my number 1.
Okay.
My second one is Not a Friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It inched its way up. It
Wow.
was not that high before. But now I think this one might be almost one of your perfect kind of songs too, cuz it's like I like the way your voice is recorded as well on this one.
Really?
I do, cuz it's it's not as upfront as Jason's and Careful, but again, I'm listening to it on its own. I'm just saying that I kind of liked the little bit of a pullback actually when I was listening to it again.
It might work in an emotional way for the song
Yes,
because it is a
exactly.
song about distance and
Correct.
moving apart from someone.
Yes, and it felt right to the song, and the lyrics I think are really good. They're just a really good song, and again, it's something that like it's personal, but yet people could kind of like probably relate it to their life in some way, and you can really feel you singing it. You can really feel you feeling these words and what they mean to you. It's like it feels true. Just like Jason's feel true to me on this album.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So
do your
Okay.
third and then I'll...
my third is Skull.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I got 2 songs in the top 3?
you do.
Wow. Okay.
Because Skull to me is almost like a perfect pop hit in the indie rock genre.
All right. I'm going to start from the bottom.
Okay, do your bottom 3.
I'm going to do the bottom 3. Number
Okay.
15. And I'd like to preface this by saying this song was really, there's a lot of love on this record. Like we had a lot of love for our girlfriends at the time. Mm-hmm. So, Jason, for instance, his girlfriend at the time that we recorded the record was Tara Jane O'Neill, who plays drums on most of his songs on the record. Like Got It, Dramamine, Not Too Amused. She plays drums on it. She was a member of the band Rodin. She's really talented, like really talented artist, musician from Louisville, Kentucky. And Jason was in the midst of like moving to Louisville or he was feeling the pull of Louisville. And it was really, really strong at this moment. He did end up moving to Louisville shortly after we finished this record. But Bob Fay, he was
drummer.
a drummer,
Second drummer of the album, right? So
the second drummer of the album. He came in to fill in full time for Eric Gaffney. He was seeing or living with, I believe, Ann Slynn was his girlfriend at the time. And Temptation Tide, number 15 for me, is this really sweet duet between the two of them. You know, it's like, and it really like, even though I am rating it at number 15, at the bottom, I'd like to say that there is a lot, but there's still so much love on that song.
Right.
And part of the collective, you know, I like to call it a collective now. I wish I called it a collective back then, just to make things a little clearer for everybody, including my bandmates, is that we all did bring all that we could in the way that we wanted to, in the most comfortable way for us. For instance, Jason recorded the basics for his songs with Tara Jane O'Neill, which was more comfortable for him, and which I think resulted in an intimacy of his recordings that is like unparalleled. I mean, there is so much intimacy and warmth in his songs on this record, and the songs I ostensibly are about Tara and this new relationship of his. So Temptation Tide is where that's number 15 for me.
Okay.
14 is Dreams.
Okay.
I have a terrible memory of this song. Like I finished it and I really liked it. I felt it. I was like, whoa, you know, got really high and I'm listening to the playback. We put Mellotron on it. Which was the same instrument, the same Mellotron that appears on the song Thumb by Dinosaur Jr., the song Spoiled by Sebadoh, and countless other bands that went in and out of the Fort Apache studio. It's a beautiful instrument. It's a keyboard that triggers.
I think I like that instrument.
Everybody loves it. It's like Moody Blues, Zombies. It is the classic, and the Beatles used it extensively. It's a beautiful instrument. It's a keyboard that triggers actual tape loop tape loops of instruments. So it has this really warm, spooky sound. It's on Dreams.
Yes. Yeah.
But when I finished the song, I actually raised my head above my hands above my head, and I said, I'm never going to work again, because I thought the song was so great that it would then ensure me.
It was your hit in your mind. You were
in
like,
my
this
mind,
is it. This
at
is
that
my
moment,
hit.
but I said it out loud. Usually I use my inside my head voice when I say things like that.
Okay.
But I said it out loud. And when I said it out loud, I had the feeling that I was cursing myself.
Interesting.
And I've never shaken that, actually. I thought by uttering that at that moment that it triggered a decline, even though I was at my peak at that moment. Mm-hmm. And actually, that was just a good year. 93, 94, really good, productive years with Folk Implosion, Sebadoh. But I thought by uttering that out loud, and I remember that as being one of the most like embarrassing moments of my life. I don't know if anyone noticed.
Wow.
I don't know if anyone cared, or whether it just registered to somebody like, well, there's another dumb thing that Lou said, and boy, what a jerk. I don't know. But I remember, I know where I stood in the studio when I said it, and it was coming out of the big speakers, and I said this thing. So, and then also, I don't think it's my most interesting song. I just don't think it's the most interesting melodically, and I don't think it's and it's also because it's sort of pretentious. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd almost maybe even put this at 15 now that I'm talking about it. You know, and maybe Temptation tied at 14. So, and 13 is Mystery Man, which is part of the 4 songs that we recorded with Bob Weston at Steve Albini's house. I don't know, this is where it kind of gets like, I kind of like everything. I like these songs, but Mystery Man, I'm just going to say, it's like, it's not I'm not fully on board with the song. I mean,
I almost
like
wish
it.
I had a pen because I have notes.
I've made a really good 4-track version.
Although I don't want to write on this, but
I made a really, really good 4-track cassette version of this song, Mystery
I have
Man.
another piece of paper. Because I have notes I want to say when we go back.
I can't.
Okay. All right. Fine. I didn't want to write on my little.
Here you go.
You're making me think of things as you're saying them, which.
Yeah. So 13 is Mystery Man, just because it feels a little hollow to me.
Okay.
Just a bit. It doesn't really register like the other ones. Although, like I said, I did an incredible 4-track cassette version of that song. I'll just say that. I'll say that it's on the B-sides of the record if people want to go look for it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying this. Okay.
Okay, so now you start with number 4.
Okay, so that was really interesting. So number 4 for me is Got It.
4, Got It.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, do I need to say more? Obviously, so it's a great song.
No, I'll tell you.
And Got It is something that maybe I think people would say would be like number 1 or whatever, but I like it obviously a lot. It's number 4. But I feel comfortable with it at number 4.
Let me just add real quick. Mm-hmm. That is my favorite line of maybe ever by anybody.
Okay, which is?
I'm taking your morning warm with me out into the day.
I love that line. I know. Yeah.
I don't care if nothing else goes my way. It's like,
I know.
Wow, that is a really astoundingly tender.
And then all day, right? I don't care.
All day. And the way it's just. You sound so relaxed and.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me all choked up again. That's a song you could put on repeat and really like enjoy, like in a car ride or anyway.
So that's number 4 for you.
Okay, so number 4. Number 5 is Not Too Amused.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think again, it's very strong song. Obviously, again, a crowd favorite for Sebadoh fans. I've seen Sebadoh play many times, and it's often like, people wanting to hear Not Too Amused. So
have we told people about what they say in Europe?
Yeah.
What have we? Not too amused. Hope that's not offensive in any way.
I know. I was like, is that offensive?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just true.
It's just true. And that's just English as a second language in Europe. That's like what they're...
English as a third language.
Third language. I mean, yeah, exactly. They're like, whatever, we speak 10 million languages.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, yeah, so Not Too Amused. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next one after that's Magnet's Coil.
What number is that for you?
6.
Okay. 6 is Magnets, Coil. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's, I guess, my next 3. Got It, Not Too Amused, Magnets, Coil.
Okay.
What are your next 3?
Number 12, After Mystery Man, ascending in order of...
So yours is
Shit
least
to
favorite to
Stars.
favorite. Okay.
Dirt to Diamonds. Not a Friend. For me.
Wow.
I don't like the way I'd like to point out that when I'm rating these now, I'm rating the recordings of the songs, not the songs themselves.
Well, I'm going by the songs.
Well, I'm going by the texture of the recordings. I'm going to say that Not a Friend, much like Mystery Man, sounds a little hollow to me. My voice is too distant. You know, it's where I have that regret of like, the 90s was so much about burying vocals for indie bands, and I get really frustrated. And I knew that
I think I know where you're coming from.
I pulled it back out of being self-conscious and not wanting to really step out there, and also recording in Steve Albini's studio, where Steve Albini was notorious in my mind for absolutely burying vocals. It drives me. It now in retrospect, it drives me crazy.
I don't think that song. Let me just say this: I actually don't think the vocals are actually buried. When I think of buried, I have a different idea of what that sounds like.
They're quiet.
They're just quieter, but they're not necessarily buried. But I guess I'm going by the song. Well, how would you rank the song?
It's one of my favorite songs to play.
Okay. I mean, do you feel proud of that song, though?
Super proud of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very into that song.
Yeah.
Number 11 is Shit Soup.
Okay.
S Soup is its title on the record. It's titled S Soup because when we finished the record, they're like, can you not call it Shit Soup because then we can't get it into Target. So Sub Pop, it was that we were kind of being introduced to this almost corporate rocky kind of corporate rock vibes.
A little bit of censorism, right? Like,
a little bit of and then unfortunately, like censoring one of Jason's songs, which
great.
He didn't
go over well.
Jason, the anti-authoritarian. This was I can't remember. I just remember it was like, Jason, I think we got it, because I'm like, whatever the record company wanted, I was like, yes, they were giving us money.
So wait, but then are you ranking that song as a recording or just the... Well, then we have 2 different lists. Yours is like
that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We can do this. This is complicated. People appreciate complexity.
All right.
Shit Soup, I think in this case, Jason himself probably has an amazing 4-track version of that song, of a fully solo version of that song that's superior to... That was the band trying to almost redo one of Jason's songs. It was part of the second session we did at Fort Apache Studios in January of 1994 to fill out the record. Shit Soup, I think I probably really was convincing Jason or trying to persuade him into re-recording a few of the other demos that he had as a band. So it would be the record would be more, some of his songs would reflect the way the band played as opposed to just being him and Tara Jane.
Ah, okay.
So this could have been my little machination, my little, my just trying to make it more of a band record.
Got it.
So that could have been my bad. And 10, Together Alone is another one of these. 10.
Shouldn't
I'm going
you be
backwards.
At 6?
No.
Oh, I see. Right,
yes.
right. Yeah,
10
okay.
is Together Alone. My next 3 coming.
Okay. Interesting.
Not a Friend, Shit Soup, and Together Alone.
Okay. So confused by your list because you're going the opposite way.
Yeah, and I'm apparently referring to totally different qualities of the songs as well.
Okay. So what about Together or Alone?
I don't know. It just sounds a little hollow.
What number is that for you?
That's number 10.
Okay.
In ascending order. Okay.
Interesting. So, do you want to hear my 7, 8, 9?
Yeah.
Okay. 7, I have License to Confuse.
Okay.
I mean, that's a fun song.
It is.
That's just a great fun song.
Originally recorded as a Folk Implosion song.
Interesting.
It's actually on
I could see that.
It's on the very first Folk Implosion tape. Walk Through This World with the Folk Implosion. It's on Bandcamp, y'all. It's out there. I did a whole restoration.
Did John play on it?
I can't remember. He might have it was kind of a fun recording. Like it's really, we shake a lot. Like I think we're shaking shakers.
Yes,
and
that's what I love
singing.
about it.
Yeah, we're like woo.
I absolutely love the shaker added to License to Confuse.
It was really the spirit of the genesis of the Folk Implosion was it was these sort of improv songs, but then I was like, oh, I had this license to confuse.
That's interesting.
So,
that actually makes sense because
and
there's a
lot of
shaker on it, which seems very anti-Sebadoh.
Yeah, there's
not anti, but not
check this out too.
typical.
There's a real crossover between Take a Look Inside, the first Folk Implosion record, and this record too, because they were put together at the same time in the same studio. We actually went in and transferred Take a Look Inside from the 4-track tapes at night after the Sebadoh sessions.
Wow.
So they came together at once, and then
You're
also
burning the midnight oil.
And then also, it was just such a great period. Also, I used John's guitar and amp.
This makes sense. You were 28.
Yeah, like
Yes, of course.
License to Confuse on the record. One of the things that makes it sound so great is the guitar tone is so great, and it's John's guitar through John's amp, the same setup that we used for Take a Look Inside and beyond for the Folk Implosion, because John had this incredible sound with this Mustang guitar and this Ampeg amp of his. It just had this, and I was like, I want to use that. And he's like, go ahead. So it was, again, collective, I was going between the two. License to Confuse is on the very first Folk Implosion cassette. Okay, so
I love that. Fun fact. Well, and let's just say again, really quick about License to Confuse is I was saying that to me, it's not a typical, there's almost like, I don't want to use the word joy, but do you know what I mean?
Oh, I was feeling joy.
There's some joy to it
that
again isn't typical of Sebadoh. I wouldn't necessarily go, Sebadoh's a joyful band. It wasn't that you guys were like morose, but I wouldn't necessarily call you joyful. And there's a lot of joy in especially the old Folk Implosion stuff. It's playful.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's a playful quality to it. So that's interesting. That makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Okay, so number 8 for me is S Soup.
Okay.
So
what is your list?
And then, 9. This one was actually kind of like they to me were of equal measure, Shit Soup and Rebound.
Okay.
Like 8 and then 9 Rebound. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So License to Confuse, Shit Soup, Rebound. Okay, what's your next? So you're 987.
Okay, 987. Skull.
Wow, low. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't sound that good to me when I listened to it just now. I don't know. I think to me there's such a like Jason's songs sound so good to me that I'm just, when I hear my songs, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I hear this like. I hear myself, the vocal further back in the mix. I hear...
I wonder what Jason would say.
I don't know. I think it could just very well be a thing like, it's me and I hate it.
Right.
It's not my best. I wish it was better. Regrets, just because it's myself.
You're your own critic.
I definitely have a few things that I've done myself that I really have no regrets, and I'm like, fuck yeah, nailed it. I feel that about a few things.
Really? Can you say one?
I don't know. My Ritual with the Folk Implosion. One Part Lullaby by the Folk Implosion.
Yeah.
Slap Me by the Folk Implosion. Spoiled by Sebadoh. Brand New Love, the electric version by Sebadoh. I think that to me, that's with Eric Gaffney on drums. And I have that one. I'm like, wow. Okay. Yeah, I have a few. There's a few examples of.
Okay.
So where am I? I went Skull, Give Up. Give Up is my next one.
8,
which is a really fun rockin' Eric number. He's just going crazy on drums. I'm so glad that we captured that. That's like prime Sebadoh, Gaffney Sebadoh electric. And the song is fun. It's like an older song of mine. It's
Yeah.
Lyrics are kind of fun. It's a fun song. It's got a Black Sabbath part in it. I do really enjoy that. And then 7, Careful.
Oh, okay.
Which is a great song. Oh, shit.
That was a toilet flushing.
Oh, no. We're going to have to stop.
No, we can't. I got to finish my list.
Are we going to...
Hey!
Oh.
Slow down, you two. Assuming you're still yapping away.
So we just got to 9?
No pauses. No compromise. Hey, it's time to stop talking about the Bakesale record. There's no reason this needs to be the last one. Seriously, there are no rules.
I guess we could.
This is freeform podcast land.
What? We're not going to finish
Courtesy of
this?
Raw
I got to
Impressions,
finish
that's
this.
you
I'm in
two.
the zone. No?
Don't worry about it. Bring it back. It's the only record that anybody cares about.
Just
Wow.
kidding. JK. Thank you for listening to the Raw Impressions music-related podcast episode about Bakesale, the Sebadoh record.
Raw Impressions.